did go wrong.
You'd be straight in there to help.
Look at Eddie's face.
What are you
He's
gonna
absolutely buzzing. He lives for this. He knows this is a special event.
It's fight week for the Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois fight, and the atmosphere speaks volumes about how great and intense the all-British matchup promises to be before the two heavyweights clash in the squared circle on fight night. The pair had another face-off right in front of the iconic Wembley Stadium. The face-off pictured two fighters on a journey of redemption as they seek answers from each other to know who's been better at burning down the bridges of defeat.
Okay, here we have it, the main event face-off. We saw them, they were sort of facing off outside of Wembley earlier.
Daniel Dubois, the dynamite whose confidence has been spotted as his Achilles heel, looks courageously to roar his greatness for the world to hear, looks to dethrone whoever seems to be the king of Britain. As far as the world is concerned, the dynamite wants to further affirm his status as the International Boxing Fed World Heavyweight Champion, in case some boxing folks still think the belt was emailed to him, as we often see these days.
Anthony Joshua stood up and said, "I'm going to smash this chair over your face." What was going through your head?
Do you want to go now?
Chair across your face. Don't disrespect.
No, you can't intimidate.
Don't disrespect.
You can't intimidate me.
It leaves him highly motivated to silence all the Dubois around him once and for all. A decisive victory over Joshua, the former unified world champion who used to hold the International Boxing Federation belt, would do just that. I was down, and now I'm coming back up. There's a deeper meaning to it than just me and AJ in the ring. Everything's on the line. Who's got the stronger will? Who's really conquered their demons? And who's really ready to move forward? And I believe that's me. And I'm ready to go out there and show it. Dubois said, "I aim to knock him out." That's the program. That's the mindset. That's the intention coming into this fight. I'm going to focus my whole life into destroying it and just being a good destroyer, a good conqueror, Dubois said.
You can't intimidate me.
Daniel, don't
Who do you
disrespect
think you are?
Daniel, don't disrespect me. Can't put this chair. Wait.
No,
No, don't disrespect me on my life.
Don't wait. Go out there. Smash him. Go through them. Go through whatever I have to go through. No retreat. No surrender, and go out there and perform like a warrior. But facing him is an obstacle, one taller and bigger than he is. But not just that. It's an obstacle with more experience, more reputation, more power, more greatness, and more stardom. It's Anthony Joshua who's looking to get back to glory days, to reconnect himself to the world as a world titlist. It's the Watford native who's completely ready to set up a trilogy against OXUSYK or the Battle of Britain against Tyson Fury.
Warn this little boy. Don't disrespect me.
I need to make him pay for them words on the night.
Do you think you got to him mentally?
Maybe.
AJ isn't just looking at Dubois, but is looking past Daniel Dubois with the hopes of claiming something bigger than his hands have ever reached, the undisputed world heavyweight champion. It's really going to be about the more hungry fighter come fight night. But beyond their mental state is their physical condition as well. The two fighters' promoters debated this during their fight.
After the press conference,
All these face-offs are great, and they are, and they're all intriguing.
According to Eddie Hearn, the fight between Daniel Dubois and Anthony Joshua is a dangerous one for both. Hearn says Dubois is dangerous, but he's coming up against the best heavyweight in the world in Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua could leave Daniel Dubois needing a pillow just as he did Francis, according to promoter Eddie Hearn, who hit back at comments from Frank Warren over his fighter's recent resume.
Sale this Friday through Ticketmaster.
On the other hand, promoter Warren called the caliber of Joshua's recent opponents into question when compared to those of his fighter Dubois, prompting a warning from Hearn of the devastating power Joshua possesses. Frank has some good points about Joshua's resume. He spoke to Sky Sports News. "I believe the OT Wallin victory was underrated. The guy had just beat Mar at G4. He gave Tyson Fury the fits. Then there was Francis. People want to discredit Francis, but look at what he did against Fury. In my opinion, he beat him. Anthony caused a mismatch, and he needed a pillow."
Speaking from the bottom of my heart, aside from belts and aside from it being him, I'm just ready to fight.
If Daniel Dubois wants to get hit by the right hand and wants to make sloppy mistakes, the same thing that happened to Francis will happen to him. If you get hit by Anthony Joshua at the moment, you are going to sleep. If Daniel Dubois comes out aggressively like he did against Filip Hrgovic, you're going to get a firefight. And if he makes one mistake, it's night-night for Daniel Dubois. Hearn not only dismissed the suggestion, but responded by labeling Joshua the best heavyweight boxer in the world ahead of his attempt to become a three-time world champion. "It's a weird narrative," Hearn added.
I've said that as well, both of you said exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. He wants to swing, go. Let's go.
Almost since the Andy rematch, his career could be over if he loses a match, according to the narrative. He came back and won, then lost to Alexander Usyk. People said if he lost the rematch, his career would be over. He lost the match. Now, all of a sudden, people are saying he's in the form of his career. He looks like an unbeatable Anthony Joshua and looks more dangerous than ever in all boxing. You're only one punch away from a disaster, particularly when you've got the huge punching fast heavyweights. That's the beauty of this matchup. People are trying to find a way of talking Daniel Dubois up in this fight. You don't need to. He's the real deal. He's a world-class heavyweight. He's young. He's hungry, but he is meeting the best heavyweight in the world and, more importantly, a guy who is so dialed in with trainer Ben Davidson and the team that tactically he's got everything spot on for the last couple of fights. And we believe he will get this one spot on. But listen, this is a very dangerous fight. It's one that you watch through your fingers. Two massive heavyweights, very fast punch, extremely hard. This fight could change on a sixpence. And it's dangerous from the first bell to the moment this fight is over. Anything can happen in that ring. It's a big night. It's an emotional night. It's a chance for Anthony Joshua to become a three-time world heavyweight champion. That's an accolade that is very thin in terms of liquidity of fighters who have done that in the past. He's really up for this. It's the second time this year that both Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois would be preparing for a fight. In their previous fights earlier this year, the two heavyweights didn't only emerge victorious with impressive knockouts, but they also extended their wins and continued their journey of redemption. Anthony Joshua's career suffered a setback after back-to-back losses to Alexander Usyk, and the same opponent gave Daniel Dubois' career a damaging blow after things got more complicated for Dubois with his first defeat to Joe Joyce. Anthony Joshua got his fourth victory on the bounce in his last outing, and Daniel Dubois got his second. There have been several arguments about who seems to be on the best rhythm, Joshua or Dubois.
Relax. Relax.
If you want to go now, let's go.
Relax.
If you want to go now, let's go.
Chair across your face. Don't disrespect.
No, you can't intimidate.
Don't disrespect.
You can't intimidate.
When you look at them stylistically, the form that they bring into this fight is going to be a special occasion. All of the fights that we've witnessed at Wembley have been special, and this one could potentially top.
Well, that's quite a question that needs an individual answer. You could drop yours in the comments section, but seeing how much boxing fans were beginning to doubt Anthony Joshua in his last fight against Francis once could tell that he needed that statement victory in the most emphatic way. Francis wouldn't have been a threat, but for his performance against Tyson Fury that saw him become a sudden wonder in the world of boxing. Expectedly, after his loss to Anthony Joshua, we've seen him get back to the rightful place he belongs, and it's on this winning spirit that they both get ready for their fight this Saturday.
I think the bookmakers have got AJ favourite, which I'm pleased with but he knows what he's got to do. He's had a lot of things said about him unfairly, and he certainly in his last couple of fights showed what he's all about as far as...
The two engaged in an intense face-off at a press conference in June, where both exuded calmness and confidence in their words. Joshua made Dubois aware that he had kept his eyes peeled for the 26-year-old but stressed his focus on arriving in peak condition, while Dubois was assertive that he will have the beating of Joshua come September. I picked Dubois to win against Harvick. I watched boxing closely, and I picked him before Joshua said it came true, and we're here, so I've been having Dubois on my mind for a while, and he'll be on my mind for the next 12 weeks until I get my hand raised.
Some good shots, certainly in that early rounds of that fight against Hrgovic. This is a big moment in time for him, and
Joshua's name had been in the mix with Deontay Wilder and Fury, who lost, respectively, to Gay Zhang and Usyk this year. If Wilder had beaten Zhang, then the American may have been in Dubois' shoes, but Joshua was clear. He is not taking his opponent lightly. Dubois doesn't like the way they mention Fury or Wilder, but I'm not silly either. The 34-year-old added, I know the game. We're all in the wild. We're a pack of lions. We're hunters, so I've got to keep my eyes peeled. I can't just focus on those two and not worrying about anyone else. I've always kept an eye out for Daniel and the rest of the heavyweights.
He's matured, I believe, more physically and certainly more importantly, mentally. And he's right on it, and he's up for this fight. He wants it. And I feel it's a winnable fight for him. I really do believe that.
Age 30 for the former unified world champion is a veteran compared to Dubois' tender age of 26, yet insisted he feels fresh at this stage of his career. I feel fresh and good. I don't drink or smoke. Thank God I didn't get caught up in antics outside of boxing. I use boxing to keep me on the straight and narrow for this fight here with Daniel. It doesn't matter if I was 35 and he was 15 or 25. It doesn't matter. We're in peak condition. Age is just a number in this one. Dubois, flanked by Frank Warren, sat meters away from Joshua as he previewed the fight in his own words.
With Filip Hrgovic, a few expletives, a few beeps were used by DAZN. Does this surprise you, seeing this side of Daniel?
Because Frank's got into his head over the years.
It feels different. I would have loved to win the IBF belt on the night of my last fight, but here we are. I'm blessed. We keep going. Dubois said, "I'm learning more about myself as a fighter, a person coming through the darkness, going into the light, and going into the future. I'm really up for this. I'm ready to go since losing to Usyk last August." Dubois was seen as an underdog against Gerald Miller and Hrgović, both of whom he beat, picking up the International Boxing Federation interim strap against Hrgović to set up his fight with Joshua.
And today it was, Frank said, "Good luck, see you on the 21st and not before then." And Dubois said, "Well, if you want to go now, we can go now as well." And Joshua said he's going to smash him over the face with a chair.
I think the Hrgović performance is very important going into this fight for Dubois.
Although he will be an underdog again in September, the heavyweight prospect is backing himself to dethrone Joshua. "I'm aiming to be the best, to fight the best and beat the best," Dubois calmly added. AJ has been the king for a long time. We all know he's been the king for a very long time, and on the night I need to become the King Slayer. That's the goal and mission I have, so I'm just ready to go. I'm ready to let my fist do the talking. I'm 100% ready to go camp focused and train like a beast. A few are predicting it will go the distance. The pair have 45 knockouts between them and have each been stopped in at least one of the losses on their records.
In that fight to win though?
I don't know, it's a tricky one. Like, I like, you know, you can see all the tasty, like, little...
In an interview with Queensbury Promotions, Joe Joyce said he was excited for the matchup. "I think that'll be a fantastic fight. I'm going to try and be there or watch it and see who's going to be the winner. It's a delicious fight. I like the build-up in which Dubois comes out of his shell and Joshua bites back. All of that animosity is exciting. Yeah, I can't wait to see it." Joyce beat Dubois for the British Commonwealth and European heavyweight titles back in 2020, inflicting such damage on the younger man that he was forced to take a knee and bow out of the fight, having also sparred Joshua. He is well placed to make a prediction.
The tasty bits with the, you know, the talk, you know, the head-to-head stuff, like that's like, you know, it's...
I'll chuck this, I'll throw this...
The 38-year-old said that he was picking a Jess for the win at first but is now leaning more towards Dubois. "I was initially edging with Joshua, but I don't know Dubois is coming on. There's also a motive behind the pick. It looks better to me. I beat Dubois. He beats Joshua right." Joyce has assured fans that he will return to the ring after a points loss to Derek Chisora in July. His first stint as world champ, Joshua had defended the International Boxing Federation strap against one Vladimir Klitschko.
See, like now Dubois is like 26, he's like, you know, he's coming into himself a bit more.
The World Boxing Association belt was brought to the table by Ukrainians. Both men were knocked down in a thrilling war of attrition, with the break coming out the winner via stoppage in the 11th. Vladimir's brother Vitaly was in his corner that night, witnessing Joshua up close. He has now spoken to Sky Sports about backing Joshua to get the victory. "Sometimes a step back means you can take 2 or 3 steps forward, and I hope Joshua learned it a lot and will be well motivated in the next fight. I keep my fingers crossed for Joshua. He is a decent man, a decent heart, a decent sportsman, and he has decent skills."
Only favored Daniel Dubois to pull this off, and he had a beautiful knockout victory against Filip Hrgović last time, who shook the world.
Okay, I'm assuming AJ will enter the ring as a favorite to take the belt from Dubois, but the 27-year-old is adamant he can force a changing of the guard and become the top British heavyweight alongside Fury. The winner of the fight is well placed to face either him or Usyk, depending on how their fight plays out. But there's much more on the line than just a title victory over Dubois. It could propel Joshua into a showdown with the winner of December's highly anticipated rematch between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk, unifying the heavyweight belts.
那就是 KO 的方式. It may end with a knockout, and Joshua's chin is always a question mark.
Du is a formidable opponent in his own right, known for his powerful punches and aggressive style. Despite a recent loss to USYK Dubois, he remains a dangerous fighter with youth and determination on his side. Joshua, however, is laser-focused on victory. When asked about the prospect of facing either Fury or Usyk after this fight, Joshua told Sky Sports that "They call me to fight them 100%. It's what I do fight. I'll be ready. It'll be an honor to fight them, too." Joshua's career has seen its fair share of ups and downs, but a win against Dubois would firmly establish him as a leading contender in the race for heavyweight supremacy.
You're either that guy or you're not. Don't let the belts make you. Because when they're not around your waist, you're not going to move like a champion. So for me, I've always felt move like a champion regardless if the belts are around you or not. But in terms of the pressure just comes.
The boxing world is still buzzing about the Tyson Fury Jr. Alexander Usyk rematch set for December, where the World Boxing Council, World Boxing Association, and World Boxing Organization heavyweight titles will be on the line. The winner of that bout will hold 3 of the 4 major belts, and Joshua could be next in line to face the winner, potentially for the undisputed world heavyweight title. Joshua has never been shy about his ambitions to unify the belts. Should he come out victorious against Dubois, he could finally get his shot at the unified title that has eluded him since his loss to Usyk in 2021. The possibility of Joshua fighting either Fury or Usyk is tantalizing for boxing fans worldwide.
Yeah, we've done everything we can do. Champ! Finish the job in 21 of December.
A showdown with Fury would mark a massive all-British super fight, while a trilogy bout with Usyk would give Joshua the chance to reclaim his former titles. While much of the attention is on what could come after September 21st, Joshua cannot afford to overlook Daniel Dubois. Dubois is hungry to bounce back from his defeat to Usyk and sees Joshua as his golden opportunity. He is known for his knockout-powered Dubois, which has the potential to upset the plans for Joshua's grand comeback.
Champ, finish the job in 21 of December, and look who's waiting for you.
I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you.
For Joshua, victory against Dubois is not just about defending his title, it's about legacy. With the possibility of fighting for the undisputed heavyweight championship within reach, the stakes have never been higher. Joshua understands the magnitude of the moment and believes it'll be an honor to fight either Tyson Fury or Alexander Usyk should Joshua emerge victorious. It could set the stage for one of the biggest heavyweight fights in recent history, whether that's a unification bout with Usyk or an epic clash with Fury.
No, you won't. Yeah. Either way, I'm waiting for you. I'm gonna get the job done. Either way,
he's waiting for you.
For now, all eyes are on Wembley Stadium next weekend as Anthony Joshua faces the formidable Daniel Dubois, with the heavyweight division's future hanging in the balance. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.